Here we're going to see a video of a young lady who is going to confirm something that we should already know on this channel. When we talk about specifically single moms and or women talking about, oops, I didn't know I'm pregnant. I didn't know this was going to happen. Cap, we should already know this on this channel, but you'll still have women in 2025 still gaslight people and acting like they didn't know they was going was going to happen to them. Now here we're going to have a girl. She's going to call out women for pulling this. Now, mind you, this is from a girl-centered page. This is coming from a page, Girls Related Reels. If you can read this, Girls Related Reels. This is the page that this video came from. So this is basically a feminist page. This is a female-centered page. This is from a female-centered page. Okay, so I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear the gaslighting in the comments. So anyways, fair use, and let's play this.
Hot take. It's not hard to not get pregnant. And please don't be dense. I'm not talking about instances of rape and SA. Like, obviously, that's unavoidable and it's unfortunate circumstance of being a woman in this world. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the girls that are just letting men nut in them willy-nilly. Just because y'all are doing the dude doesn't mean he has to nut in you every single time. There's pulling out. There's contraception. There's plan B. Abortion is still legal in a lot of states. I'm tired of y'all people. Oh, but abortion not legal in my state. Go to another one. Stop. And then y'all are doing it with men who aren't even committed to you. They're not committed to you. Why would you think they would be committed to a baby? And y'all get confused when y'all tell him pregnant. He don't want the baby, bro. He don't even want you. And then after finding out that he don't want the baby, y'all still have it anyway. It's irresponsible and it's stupid and I'm over it. It is not hard to not get pregnant. You girls just need to lock the fuck in and I'm not playing.
Well, if I showed this same woman, mind you, because everything that she said, anything that she said different from anything that Tommy Sotomayor has said for years, or anything that I've been saying, or anything really men have been saying this, right? But when we say we're haters, no, we're just saying like, no, you're choosing to become single moms. You clearly are, right? So, we give you an example. If I showed, because she's talking about y'all hoes need to lock in, y'all making us look bad, but if I showed her the statistics, the single mammy statistics from like the 50s, right? I'm talking about post 60. If you looked at the single mom statistics pre 1960s, you'd be shocked. You'd be floored. Mind you, I'm talking about pre-birth control, pre all whatever, all the stuff that we got, baby deletion, all this. Before that, the single mammy rate was like at 5%. It was only like it's I'm talking about there was like barely any single moms. It was very rare. I'm talking about it was less than 10%. Less than 10%, less than 5% in certain areas. And there was no protection, IUDs, all this all these options that they have to do. They had none of that. Yet the single mammy rate was damn near it was at a percentage where if we could find a percentage in a city like that, in a town or a municipal, it would be a family haven, because that doesn't even exist no more. Now you compare it to today, where we have all these birth control methods, all these options, and not only that, women have complete control and autonomy on who gets born, who doesn't get born. Yet the single mammy rate is rising. How? This only that means this one. I can only come to one conclusion. You're choosing to become single moms. You're choosing to procreate, and you're choosing to procreate with people that you clearly should not be procreating with. Right? It's clear. And I don't want to use the black community as I usually do, but this is how it used to be. Like, black people used to be the most married people until certain powers that may be started putting incentives in breaking up the family. And all of a sudden, oh my gosh, over 80% of black kids are born out of wedlock. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. When you start putting incentives and putting financial incentives, giving certain people public housing if the man is not there. Surprise, surprise. You know? But anyways, let's replay the video and let's break it down.
Hot take. It's not hard to not get pregnant. And please don't be dense. I'm not talking about instances of grape and SA. Like, obviously, that's unavoidable. And
Now, I think I've said the exact same thing verbatim. I think I've said the exact same thing verbatim because as soon as you say, it's not hard to get pregnant, and then what's the first thing somebody say? The mouth breathers say, "Oh, what about SA and grape, bruh? We're not talking about that." It is such a small percentage, like it's not even worth even talking about. And when we're saying women are choosing to become single moms, you think we're talking about that? They always bring it up as a shield, which I find very weird and very evil, in my opinion, because we're not talking about that. But this is why they're always trying to change the definition of grape and SA so they can have an excuse. That's my opinion for their poor choices of men. This is why they're always trying to change the laws. Oh, now if you lie about your income, if you said if you were a lawyer, but they find out you're a Subway sandwich artist, you fall under the category of SA and grape. It's the funniest thing. So that's why they're always trying to change the definition of SA and grape so they can have another excuse. But anyway, that's a whole other story for another day. But I have said what she has said. That first part, I have said this verbatim. Mind you, she's a feminist and I'm not. And I'm like anti-feminist.
it's unfortunate circumstance of being a woman in this world. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the girls that are just letting men nut in them willy-nilly. Just because y'all are doing the dude doesn't mean he has to nut in you every single time.
Now, like I said, how many men we've said the same thing. We've said the exact same thing, but we get called haters. And especially now, if you're a man now and you say something similar, they're just going to call you an incel. They're not even going to call you red pill. They're just going to call you an incel. That's what they do nowadays.
There's pulling out. There's contraception. There's Plan B. Abortion is still legal in a lot of states. I'm tired of y'all people. Oh, but abortion not legal in my state. Go to another one. Stop. And then y'all are
facts. These hoes will fly out in these countries or go to fly from one state to another on a whim just because an Instagram influencer got some clout, and she'll just straight up fly to another state with no plan. But when it comes to baby deletion, right, all this stuff, but it's interesting the times when they decide to keep a kid. Out of all the kids that they done deleted, when they finally decide to keep one, it's always interesting the timing and when they decide to do it. It's always interesting.
doing it with men who aren't even committed to you. They're not committed to you. Why would you think they would be committed to a baby? And y'all get confused when y'all tell him pregnant. He don't want the baby, bro. He don't even want you. And then after finding out that he don't want the baby, y'all still have it anyway. It's irresponsible and it's stupid, and I'm over.
That is most situations, especially in the black community. I would say that's most situations. That you already know what they keep a ninja baby, right? They break up. She finds out she's pregnant or whatever, or they think they find out the dude has multiple women, so she's trying to compete with the other women, so she'll let him do the deed, let him go all up in her, and then keep the kid and think because she's pregnant with his kid that he's still not going to be messing with other women, or he thinks that he's going to elevate her to number one because she decided to keep his kid. This is like most situations. And or how about this here? I know situations where it'll be men and women, or a man will be in a situation where the side chick will decide to keep it because she's the side chick and she's feels a certain type of way of being the side chick while he has a situation. That's a lot of situations. A lot of people are here today because the mom was the side chick. That's a whole other story. And then I'll give you, how about this here? And I know there's a lot of men that have gone through this where I'm talking about the woman will be pro baby deletion and everything, but she will call the man that she's pregnant, right? And the guy will be like, "Oh, shoot, when we gonna? Okay, we got to terminate it." And because he was so adamant in the termination, she keeps the kid out of spite because she feels offended. She's like, "Why? Wait." She'll feel a certain type of way if she tells you you're pregnant and you're the father, and you say, "Oh, I'll pay for the baby deletion." She'll feel a type of way if you automatically go to that off rip. I don't care how pro baby deletion she is. I don't care if you go off rip, be like, "Oh yeah, I'll pay for your baby deletion." We don't have to go through. No. Let's get rid. She's gonna feel a type of way, and then she's gonna keep it. There's a lot of dudes going through that right now. Oh shoot! Look what happened to Anthony Edwards. Fresh and fit. Fresh for fresh and fit. Just take the. He's like, okay. What about the abortion? and all of a sudden they turn Catholic on your ass. And mind you, they don't delete it all. They their womb is a cemetery, a graveyard. Spawns a stepping ground. But because the dude has some money or whatever, and the guy says let's delete it, she feels a certain type of way. She decides to keep it. Like, it's very nuanced. The reasons why women will decide to keep a kid. It's rarely out of love. It's rarely a planned situation in terms of, okay, we're both married. I want to have a kid with him. We're both married. That's actually rare nowadays.
It is not hard to not get pregnant. You girls just need to lock the fuck in, and I'm not playing.
She's probably seeing a lot of situations in her personal life where women are just they're not being consistent with their word. And by the way, when she's talking about it's easy to not get pregnant, or sorry, it's not hard to not get pregnant. Let me give you a little bit of a drunk biology lesson, right? But I'm gonna give you just the basics. The basics. I like to call it, not the basics, the basics. Let me give you the basics, right? It's a very small window, a very small ovulation window. It usually lasts from 3 to 5 days. It's a very small window in the month where a woman can get pregnant. A woman cannot get pregnant outside of that 3 to 5 day period, right? So for her to get pregnant, she planned it. There's no, especially nowadays, they have all types of apps where you can track your cycle and all this stuff. You can track your cycle manually if you want. They have all types of birth control. They have condoms. They have all types of contraception. They have abortion pills or baby deletion pills that you can take. You got Plan B. There's way too many. There's way too many precautions. There's laws from men taking advantage of women. There's laws in terms of if a man says he uses a condom and he takes it off during the situation, they call that stealthing. He can go to jail and prison for that and be liable financially. So there's so much things to protect women from being single moms, and yet the single mammy rate is off the charts. You know what I mean? So there's just too much. Oh yeah, especially in talking about biology wise, it's a very small window where a woman can get pregnant. It's a very small window. And you can always tell when a woman's like ovulating and it's during that time. It's right before she gets her period. So it's a small window, and it's pretty easy to. It's actually it's very easy to track. It's very easy to track. In terms of if you are a woman, it's like they make it too easy for you. So for there to still be single moms, there's no such thing as a oopsie daisies baby in 2025. No. And I'm happy this came from a feminist, right? This is somebody that will be considered pro woman. And what's going to happen to her? This is my prediction about her. She's going to leave feminism around the age of 20. Well, I don't know how old she is, but give it 5 to 10 years, she's going to leave feminism. And she's just going to give up on men and women in general. Because this is a person that's very pro woman, but the women that tend to be very pro women, but in an idealistic standpoints, they end up being disappointed by those same women when they realize those same hoes are just playing games out here and playing victim. So, but let me know what you think in the comments section. Whether you agree or disagree, please like, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching.